guys, it's your boy Alexandrus, and today I'm back again with another video, and this one is pretty exciting for me to make, and honestly I'm really happy that I came across this today's project or exchange, I should say probably, but it's hard to even say because they are like one-stop shop for everything crypto related. Exchange, token, analysis, AI, pretty much everything, and that's probably why you clicked on this video, either by the thumbnail or by the title, which I think is pretty interesting. And as I said, I'm very happy to bring this one to you today. So before we start, as always, I need to let you know that I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research and you should always do your own due diligence, because I don't take any responsibility for your actions. And with that said, we can jump into this video, guys. So today, when it comes to the video itself, we will go over a bunch of things regarding True Finance and their Ask True. We will go over the whole page here, all the functions that I discovered through the leaderboard of their Genesis campaign as well, which is probably another thing why you might have clicked this video, because it incurs a 250,000 USDC reward pool, which is pretty amazing, and their token is also going live very soon. So honestly, there is a lot of things to cover today, but first things first, I want to give you like a brief overview and introduction itself and why I decided to cover them. And yeah, basically that's how we will start with this video, guys. So why that? And yeah, let me explain. So one thing that always has bothered me in crypto and about crypto trading itself is the fact that it feels far more complicated than it needs to be, right? And think about your own workload for a second. Before you even place a single trade, you probably opened 3 or a few different websites, right? Then you might look at TradingView, open the charts, check the charts, open the X maybe to see if there is any like news, coin market cap, look at token information, look at what people are saying, maybe even chat GPT because you want another opinion, and let's be honest, people use AI now for that. And then finally the exchange, when you are actually going to execute the trade. So none of those tools are bad individually. In fact, most of us use them every single day, right? The problem is that they are all completely disconnected from one another. So every time you switch between tabs, you're breaking your own workflow, and by the time you're finally ready to place the trade, you've spent more time gathering information than actually making a decision. And that's exactly why TrueAI caught my attention, because at first I assumed I was going to be like another project throwing the world's AI and crypto together, because that seems to attract attention these days. And we've all seen plenty of platforms promise that artificial intelligence is going to revolutionize trading, then only to discover it's little more than a chatbot sitting on top of an exchange. So naturally, I was skeptical before I checked them out. So instead of reading the marketing material and moving on, I decided to spend some time actually looking around the platform to understand what they're trying to build, and more importantly, whether it solves a real problem. And after using it for a while, testing it, I realized something. They aren't really trying to build a better exchange. It's trying to build a better trading experience as a whole, That's what TrueAI is trying to do, in my personal opinion, in my personal experience. That's how I see it, right? So this might sound like a small difference, but I actually think it's the biggest distinction between this platform and many other projects entering the market today. So it's more than just exchange, guys. Why? Because most exchanges are built around one thing and one thing only, which is obviously trading. So everything else comes afterwards. Research happens somewhere else, news come from somewhere else, market analysis usually happens somewhere else. So even if you use AI today, chances are you are opening another application just to ask a question before going back to your exchange to actually place the trade. So TrueAI is approaching that process from a whole opposite direction. Instead of asking how do we build another exchange, they seem to be asking why are traders forced to leave the platform every 5 minutes just to make one decision. So according to the project's vision, the goal is to bring research, market analysis, portfolio insights, risk management, and trade execution into one interface powered by AI. Rather than just jumping between different applications, users can move from asking questions to analyzing a market and eventually executing a trade without constantly switching platforms. And that's what's simply amazing about them. So let's open the app. You hit ask a question here, it will bring you to the app, then you can connect your wallet. And that's basically how you access the platform. So it's a much more interesting idea than simply launching another perpetual DEX, the fact that they have like everything in one place, right? So whether they can fully deliver on that vision is obviously something that will take time, but I genuinely like the direction they are heading because it's focused on improving the overall trading workflow rather than adding features for the sake of adding features. And I tested it with few different chats I had with the bot, which we will also do in just a second, and you will see yourself with your own eyes. And I mean, you can test it completely for free, it doesn't require you to pay anything, and you will be able to see how good the analysis actually are. So the first thing I also noticed after logging in, as you can see, that instead of being greeted by dozens of charts, order books and stuff, the main focus is basically the prompt here, where you can ask everything, the chatbot, and the fact that the whole layout of the application itself, or the backlog, however you like to call it, the interface, it's really nice, and I like the purple theming here, honestly, and the fact that it's like so simple, it's not complicated, it's very easy to navigate. I just like when things are kept simple, like, man, I love it, honestly. So yeah. And this also immediately tells you what the platform is trying to become. Rather than expecting you to already know exactly what you want to trade, they encourage you kind of to start the conversation, right? So maybe you want to understand why Bitcoin moved overnight or some other things, what is affecting like AVAX price, as in my case. Maybe you are looking for potential trading opportunities, signals and stuff. That's what the AI assistant is for, and that's what we will discover right now. Ask everything about money and finance. Alright, man. So you can also choose the thinking model here. Instant, with its fast, precise answers for prices, news and quick questions. Or deep think and perps, analyzes order flow, futures data and financials. It's slower and deeper. You can also upload the images, take a photo, upload file if you have like deeper analysis in order to do it. And then there is also a bunch of tools like Launch Agent. It's an autopilot AI that trades for you. I will show you that in a second as well. And they have staking and they have MCP, which basically allows you to connect like different AIs, for example Claude. Many people use Claude, and you can connect it to True to also utilize Claude and True together, which is pretty cool if you know how to use MCPs in AIs. Very powerful tool, to be fair. You can also talk to True, but we will just write to him this time. So yeah, what do we ask him? Let's ask him about AVAX. You know why? Because I'm a freaking AVAX whale. Obviously I'm gonna ask about AVAX. Hey TrueAI, please tell me, what do you think about current price action of AVAX Avalanche, and what do you think it could be in the next 5 months, whether we could see some progression, price going up, or whether it will rather maintain its downtrend and bearish momentum. Is there any chance it could get back to its all highs, or at least jump to like 35? Hit enter, and as you can see, it will do like all the analysis for us, and basically it will analyze like the prices. It will pull up some widgets here that will let us also easily track the price. It will check out the order books and everything. While this goes in the background, because this will take a while obviously, let me also talk about the whole approach of TrueAI, what they're trying to accomplish. And yeah, so I wanted to see whether the platform reflected the vision or whether it was simply another ambitious roadmap when it comes to the AI. So one thing I always appreciate when testing new platforms is when I can immediately understand what I'm supposed to do without spending 20 minutes clicking through menus. And that's what I said at the very beginning, that it's simple and easy to understand. Yes, so instead, of dropping you straight into an order book, the platform encourages you to explore the market first. You can ask questions, analyze different assets, look at market sentiment, and gradually build confidence before making a decision. decision. And I think that's a much healthier way to approach trading, because realistically most bad trades happen when people rush into positions without taking the time to understand what they are actually buying, rage trading, and doing all the bad stuff that you shouldn't do if you want to be a successful trader. So the assistant here is really at the center of that experience, rather than acting like a simple chatbot. As you guys can see, it's designed to become part of the entire trading workflow, and it's really doing an in-depth analysis for us, which we'll go over in just a second. So personally, I think where TrueAI starts separating itself from a lot of other projects, most exchanges focus almost entirely on execution, right? They assume you've already done all your research somewhere else, and TrueAI is taking the opposite approach by asking a different question. What if the research itself became part of the platform? So that probably won't matter to everyone. Some experienced traders already have a workflow they refined over years of trading, but for newer traders specifically, or even experienced traders who simply want to save time, having everything in one place could make the entire process much more efficient, guys. And speaking of trading, if you access the platform through the link in my description, you will also receive a discount for your trades. Basically, you will get 10% off of commissions for 30 days of the link. So go ahead, check it out. It doesn't cost you anything, and if you want to start trading, it's definitely cool. So another feature I found interesting here, guys, is the way the platform combines multiple parts of trading experience instead of treating them as a separate products. Alongside AI-powered market research, the roadmap also includes portfolio analysis, risk evaluation, spot trading, perpetual markets, swaps, cross-chain functionality, copy trading, staking features, and community leaderboards. So normally you would expect those tools to live across several different applications, but here they are all intended to exist within the same ecosystem. And that's amazing. Now let's go over the analysis that TrueAI did for us. So currently the price of AVAX is 642, as you can see. When it comes to the current price action, it is trading at 643. It's down minus 3.2%, absolutely heartbreaking. The 7-day sparkline shows consolidation in the 619 to 680 range with mild selling pressure into today. Volume is solid at 167.5 million and market cap sits at 2.77 billion. When it comes to the reality check, this is the hard part. AVAX is 86% off its all-time high of 144.96 and down 76.4% over the last 12 months. Trust me, guys, it's really heartbreaking. Not even a milligram of sarcasm here. The macro picture is bearish to consolidating. To reach 35, AVAX would need 444% upside from here, a 5x move in 5 months. That's theoretically possible, but it requires either a major catalyst or a broad sector recovery. What the technicals tell me, from the 7-day structure, support zone 615 holding, resistance zone minor, not structural, trend sideways consolidation, not decisively bullish or bearish yet. And you have the whole social sentiment explained here, the 5-month outlook. What could we look when it comes to the price? And as you can see, TrueAI is basically pricing it at 750 to 850 if Bitcoin rallies. So honestly, that's pretty heartbreaking for me, but it is what it is. What matters for AVAX now, and all the information's here, and we can keep on asking him stuff. I don't know, let's ask him why Ethereum has lately outperformed Bitcoin when it comes to the price action, because it did, I would say. Now that's my personal take, by the way, so let's see what True has to say. So let's get back into the stuff that I outlined for you. So obviously having a long list of features doesn't automatically make a platform good, right? What matters is whether those features actually work together in a way that improves the user experience, and here, let me tell you, they do. And after this analysis we have here, I will show you all the other features and the whole Genesis drop as well. So what else I could tell you? Probably the biggest reason TrueAI stood out to me, it isn't trying to replace traders. It isn't trying to tell you exactly what to buy or sell, but it is trying to make your whole trading journey easier, right? It's trying to reduce the amount of time you spend searching for information, so you can spend more time actually analyzing the market and making decisions. Whether that vision ultimately succeeds depends on the execution, but I genuinely think it's solving a real problem that most crypto traders deal with every single day, guys. Another aspect worth mentioning is that the platform has clearly been designed with future expansion in mind. Beyond the current trading tools, the project also talks about premium AI features, marketplace functionality, additional trading utilities, and broader ecosystem development connected to the planned True token as well, which will be obviously a utility token this way. Rather than launching a token first and figuring out the utility later, the roadmap positions the token as something that supports an existing platform through AI features, fee discounts, staking incentives, and additional ecosystem benefits. So I generally prefer that approach because utility tends to be much more meaningful when it's connected to a product people already want to use instead of existing purely on speculation. And let's get back into our analysis here. So let's say what it has to say about the Bitcoin. Also, what I love here is that the chart it gives you, it's like fully live. It's pulled from TradingView, and you can see like the price movement, market cap, volume, all the stuff. And you can compare the performance of Ethereum and Bitcoin here, what was the 1 year high, what is the current price, and it will basically explain you why Ethereum has outperformed Bitcoin. And as you can see, because of the ETF inflows, real world assets momentum, regulatory clarity narrative, alt season rotation, it will give you all the takes here that you need to understand what's happening within crypto. Guys, that's just the chart, right? That's one of the features, and that's crazy. If you go to markets, you can check out like all the markets they support. We also have like stocks. You can trade here. You can swap out your Solana, for example. That's also cool that there is tokenized stocks. And for example, if you with your Solana, you can get Nvidia, which is another thing that I hold quite a lot of, except the Avalanche, but yeah, whatever. So they have the AI autopilot as well. This is something pretty cool. This is an AI agent that basically trades for you. So stocks, memes, crypto, RWAs, 600 tokens scanned every 60 seconds, traded on your rules. So you launch the autopilot, you can name it however you want. As you can see, there is no profit guarantee, that's obvious because it's bot, you know. It's also learning how to trade. All results are shown publicly, it sells in USDC gas, covered. As there is zero fees, you have full disclosures also here if you want to read that. You can call it however you want, AlexBot for example, continue, and then you can basically input what kind of trading strategy your bot has to do, like 20% per trade, 10% cap. So obviously this one you can win a lot but lose a lot. Let's say you want it conservatively, then you set up how much you want to jump in with, 100 USDC for example, and then you can also you basically top it up with your Solana USDC, and then you need to keep at least 0.02 Sol in your wallet for the network fees. Okay, that's also an important thing. So how much should I allocate? They recommend 1000, but it's basically up to you. It will show you how much positions the bot might do with each particular budget. And basically the more you put, technically the bigger chance for profit you have, or like bigger swings, but then you can also lose it. So nothing is guaranteed here, just so you know that. But it's definitely, I think, worth perhaps checking out. It's really interesting. If you guys would like me to do like a whole video experiment of using the AI bot, you can let me know, and I can, for example, allocate 500 USDC into it and basically show you how it performs. AI staking, another thing, you can basically stake with up to 8.7% API. I don't think I need to explain this one. You have pro charts, you have all the charts here, all the informations, inflows, outflows, liquidations, basically like a one-stop shop here again for your trading needs. Same with AI analysis. You have signals, which is another thing they do, and it's pretty cool. So for example, they give you a signal, they give you like an overview. This one was 2 days ago. They give you the initial entry price, what is the current price, as you can see. This one, for example, is doing well. So that was the entry, I believe, 95.77. It's now sitting at 97.73, and they give you like all the take profits, which this one it has already hit, and stop losses. So if you want to trade, they also give you like good signals, and as you can see, a bunch of them are really successful. There is also bearish signals. I hate that there is AVAX here, so I hope they are long on this one. Not gonna lie. But yeah, as you can see, for example, near protocol, 2 take profits already hit, netted you 10%. So the Zcash same. I don't know why this is trading at 462. I don't know. That's just like magic to me. And then they have news and calendar, as it says. It's basically a news, and it's pulled from Cointelegraph, for example, from Nasdaq. And then for each particular news, you can also ask TrueAI to analyze it for you, maybe explain or pull some information from it. Feed, same as with Twitter, for example. You have your profile, you have your feed, which is another cool thing. I'll just show you in 1 second. Widgets, you can basically put the widgets on your main page. So let's say I don't want this one, or I mean, I want it like at the top one. True signal, let's say I want it to be the first thing. I go here, and then I can see the signal here. MCP, as I said, this is the connector that you can use for your AI, which probably I shouldn't show you here, I think. So yeah, so you can connect it to Claude, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Cursor. Most people use Claude when it comes to MCPs of like different AIs, so you need to like dive in deeper into it and understand it if you want to use it, but Claude probably would be the best option here. Okay, profile, my profile. This is also pretty cool because you can also post here. This is my first post. Oh, I can't write. Similar to X, but obviously when more people start using True Finance AI, it's cool because you will be able to exchange like your ideas here, for example, share your signals and stuff. So that's another cool thing that you might be able to do. This is my profile. If you want to give me a follow, feel free. Now guys, last but not least, we have the Genesis campaign, okay? And the Genesis campaign itself is really, really cool. So you have Rush here, where you can trade during the window. Your Rush rank multiplies your points. You basically earn points and then you win cash prizes. So as you can see, the more points you have, obviously, the more cash prize you can win. But another interesting thing is the arena here, okay? That's where the most True is made. It has dynamic USDC and True rewards pool. Every swap grows the pool in real time, so the more people trade, the more pool will be unlocked, which is something that we've seen pretty often in other competitions. It definitely has the potential to reach the 250, considering the fact how fast they are growing. You have the whole price forecast here. You can also set your rank. Let's say you are ranked 50th. What is your community volume? How much you like traded and stuff. And then you can see what your share would be and your projected reward. You have all the news as well. You have information regarding the season, when it ends, when is the TGE, when the token gets launched, and stuff like that. There is also the fee staircase, and as you can see, the higher tier you have, the lower your fees will be, which is another great thing. The more you trade, the more beneficial you become. You can calculate your points, how much points you will earn. You have live activities. As you can see, people are swapping, because for swapping you also get points. It was explained somewhere here that for every $100 swapped, in rules, I believe. Yeah, for every $100 swapped, you get 119 points. Every tier, always, you have the tier fees and everything explained here. By swapping, you can basically like use the inbuilt DEX here. Let's say you want to swap your USDC to Solana, you can do it and get some points. This video is long, but I hope you guys are still watching, because it could be way longer even than that. There is so much to explain here that I'm still trying to put all together, but yeah, it's tough to include everything in such a short video, which is still relatively long, in fact. So yeah, you have the leaderboard, obviously, you have the rewards, how much True people will get, what are their points. Everything is explained in the rules section, right? You also have the boosts here. As you can see, you can claim your points. You can trade at least $10 to get your daily ignition points, and then you can get some gift, probably more points, I would say. So it's another thing. Then you can also get points for inviting your friends, from joining their Telegram. As you guys can see, from linking your X account. So I have 500 points pending also. Partners and team, you can invite people to your team and get more points, obviously. So my link will be down below in the description. And ledger, you have informations about your points and the rewards, essentially. So yeah, that's basically that when it comes to Genesis. Definitely worth checking out, especially considering the fact that you can get some True technically for free if you want to trade here or do some swaps. If you need to do the swaps anyway, you might as well do them here, get some points on top of that, have a chance to get yourself some True tokens, because if you can get them for free, and the TG is on September 12th, you might be able to make some nice additional profit from the tokens themselves. Obviously nothing is guaranteed, but I mean there is a decent chance for that as well. Last but not least, guys, I wanted to invite you to join their social media. They are very active here on their X, over 2,000 posts. They are basically updating you about what's happening within the platform. And yeah, I think that it will be it for today. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me on Telegram or in the comment section down below. And let me know if you would like to see the video with the AI autopilot, because that's something that I would truly consider doing, honestly. And I think it would be a really cool idea for a video. So yeah, guys, that's it from me for today. I hope that you enjoyed. And I will see you guys in the next videos coming out soon.